If you're frustrated, feel like you're spinning in circles, or haven't gotten very far in the past months or years, here's 4 keys to growth. Growth is change. Life is constantly changing, and change is uncomfortable and hard. Growth is a form of positive change that we should strive to achieve and be proud of. Understanding that growth is positive can get people past the fact that change is hard and uncomfortable, can be helpful to people wanting to see growth in their daily lives. The reality that change is hard is why many people settle for where they're at, making little or no positive change in their ever-changing lives. Watching life pass them by, as the saying goes. Setting your aim towards the positive change that you want to see in your life and accepting that it's going to be hard and uncomfortable is the first key to growth. Growth is a process. Growth is much easier to see in hindsight after it's happened rather than while you're in the midst of it. While we were young and growing in height physically, many of us went through a process to see this growth. We stood backs against the wall and had a mark made at the tops of our heads, marking our height at the time. We then went about our lives without much thought. We probably walked past this mark plenty of times without paying it any attention. Though we were growing, we didn't see it or recognize it. It is not until we go back through the process, backs against the walls, marks at the tops of our heads, and then turning around, stepping back and seeing the 2 marks on the wall, there's a small difference between the 2. And that's where our growth is. The slight difference after that process is growth. And this leads to my next point. Growth is slow and steady. When measuring our height, it's in inches at a time. Growth happens in small amounts that add up over time. Part of what hinders growth in our life is focusing too much on the results, not going through the process of recognizing the small incremental growth in our life that happens over days or weeks or months or years, and only seeing how far we have to go can be daunting. When we get out of the present moment and peer into a future that we haven't moved towards yet, that can often keep us from even attempting. There's only one way to go about this, and that's to take action now. As the Chinese proverb tells us, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with 1 step. The way to the future is through the present. And this is the next key to growth. Grow where you are planted. A seed is planted in the ground, in the dark, in the dirt, unsure of the height to which it'll grow or the fruit that it's going to produce. This image may resonate with you. Feeling alone, seeing what you've been through or how far you have to go without measuring how far you've already come and the incremental steps and the processes can discourage you and keep us from striving to see those positive changes in our life. One example that the seed gives us from its growth that we might find encouragement in is that it doesn't just grow up, but it first grows down. The seed must grow down before it can grow up. The seed, in order to grow up, must have a strong and developed root system in the dark dirt from which it started. Accepting the past is just as important and takes just as much courage as to move into the future that lies before us. And the process that connects those two is growth. Growth can be a constant process that we experience in life. And people are healthiest and happiest when they're growing. Accepting it is the most fundamental piece of advice that I can give. Though I'm not promising life change through watching a video, I hope to encourage you to make the positive changes in your life that you can today that will add up over time so you can look back at where you came from, where you are, and move into the future confidently.